Welcome to a place where the mysterious becomes the unforgettable. This metaphysical journey explores hauntings, UFOs, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, and everything the paranormal world has to offer. Each week, guests from around the globe share their expertise, experiences, and mind-bending encounters. This is the Paranormal Voice.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. That can mean it's only one thing, folks. That's right. It's 8 o'clock. It's Sunday night, and we are in the TPV studios. Hanging out with you for the next hour. I've got a truly an amazing guest coming your way. But before I bring out this fantastic lady, you know me, I got to promote stuff because I love stuff. And because I promote stuff, I'm a part of stuff. And I love that. So, right now, here we go. We are coming up, folks. It is just. Oh God, what is today? August 2nd, so 12 days or 13 days away. Here we go. Ascension Con coming your way this August 15th, right there in the historical Carlton Park in Hastings, Michigan. And I am truly blessed to be a speaker at this first ever Ascension Con. It is about changing your life. You're going to walk in the door, and you're going to walk out of the door Saturday, and your life is going to be changed for the better. There is truly amazing speakers coming your way. You got Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot. You got Jason Kenzie, Bigfoot photographer, videographer. We have the She Squatchers. They're going to be there. We have Deb DeRoos. We have RJ DeRoos. We have Dana Stricker. We have Tim and Lauren Miley talking about their journey and Murray, the heartbreaking story. So, guys, do not want to miss this. This is absolutely going to be an amazing event. I, of course, are going to be speaking at 10 a.m. So please bring me lots of coffee. I did not know there was a 10 a.m. on a clock, but I'm going to be having fun anyways. Because I get to hang out with you guys. You're going to hear my story. We're going to be talking about spirit communication, one of my favorite topics for sure. But here's the breakdown. Here we go. This is what it's all about, guys. All right, there we go. August 14th, there is a VIP celebrity dinner. Geez, I guess I'm not included in that one, but that's okay. No, I'm kidding, folks. I will be there. All part of the Galactic Murder Mystery Dinner. That's going to be happening the 14th. Tickets are on sale. Then Saturday at from 9:30 p.m. till midnight, we are going to be going out with Ronnie LeBlanc and several other people. And he's going to take us on a Bigfoot hunt. Let's go see if we can find Sasquatch. So that's going to be amazing. Also, gallery reading with Dana Stricker. That's happening. A DNA activation with Deb DeRoos and Mama Mary. Those tickets are on sale. And then we have the CE5 event with Deb DeRoos, which is done by donation. But guys, if you want tickets for any of these events, the speaking part of it itself is absolutely free to the public. You do not have to pay a ticket to come and see us talk. You can just come and watch all the action, visit all the amazing vendors. So come on down. That's right. August 15th, Ascension Con is coming your way. I hope to see you guys all there. But with that, hey, let's get right into this show. My guest is known as the Outlaw Psychic Medium, Melissa Renee McCarty. And I'm so looking forward to meeting this lovely lady. We connected on Facebook, and I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I love talking to my mediums because they are the biggest. They are the fascinating part of the paranormal umbrella that I love so much. So right now, let's walk into the TPV studios. See, I'm so excited I can't even talk right now. The lovely Melissa McCarty. I keep wanting to call you Melissa McCarthy, but she's a big famous actress. And not to say that you're not famous in your own right, but I loved Ghostbusters with her in it.
Her parents figure it out.
So Melissa, how you been doing?
Oh, I've been great. I'm getting a lot done. I've got a busy couple of weeks ahead of me. A lot going on, seminars and podcast experiences and pardon me, a lot of things to fix my life up and to get everything rocking and rolling. I've got my Halloween stuff on its way. I am so excited. Can't wait.
That's awesome. And I mean, so you've been in, so I let's kind of fill in the history of why you are here today and who you are, because I mean it's truly exciting. You've got so many amazing things going on. But I always like to start out because I want to introduce you to the world. Is when did you realize you had the ability to communicate with spirits?
Okay. I had my first experience at age 3. Something came after my sister, who was a baby at the time, just newborn infant. Something went after her, and I got up. I said, I don't think so. Chased it right back out, and it left.
Oh wow.
Now, that was back in the day when, I didn't even believe in that stuff. Believe it or not, I didn't believe in any of it until I was like 21, but yet I realized looking back, I've had experiences all my life, and then I delved into my family's, biological history on paper, and I realized, oh my God, this is biological.
Right.
I was born with this. And my ancestors sat me down from spirit no less, and said, you're going to be a shaman. Uh, uh, what? Yeah, colored me clueless and confused because scared. Yeah, I didn't know quite what it all entailed, so they explained the whole thing. I go, oh, okay, well, I guess I can do that. And well, here we are.
uh, and that's see, I've always found that quite amazing talking to all kinds of. I mean, I know there's different types of psychic mediums. I mean, everybody's got their unique gifts. I mean, there's some similarities from one medium to another. Now, is there a particular gift that you have that kind of makes it a little bit unique to you?
Well, I am also, aside from being the outlaw psychic, one only and original, I might add. Um, I'm also the daughter of the Old West Outlaws. And my outlaws, they are one strong team. And they protect me, they guide me, they help me, they communicate with me. They've been there for literally everything. Everything.
That's awesome. And that is the thing. And I mean, I've been learning over the last, I want to say pretty well about, I want to say that my last breakdown, like a lot of my listeners know that I suffer from mental illness, and I
Mhm.
had a breakdown, and then when I was on my way out of all dealing with all that, some people says, you should communicate with your ancestors. So I've been working a lot with communicating and using ancestors as part of my paranormal journey and my experience, because the power that the ancestors and your spirit guides have is truly phenomenal. And I mean, it's like having your very own know-it-all guides,
Right.
which
Well, there was one time, that, yeah, this dude bought the farm. I was trying like hell not to laugh because all I heard on either side was click, 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 click. I mean, just everything, cocking back, drawing back, whatever, bows, arrows, you name it. They had it out and pointed right at this dude. I goes, oh, this dude just bought it.
oh, that's awesome. So I like to ask this of from a lot of mediums. How do you distinguish between a genuine spirit communication from your own thoughts, because this is something that, our own mind is very powerful tool. Like if you like I tell people when you go into an investigation, you have to be open minded, because if you
Right.
go in there with predetermined thoughts, oh, something's gonna happen, chances are they can happen, but it's your own
Oh
mind
yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
So
No, things will happen. They don't just happen. They will happen if you have the mindset that says, "Yeah, something's going to happen." Well, guess what? To me, I kind of regularly expect it, only because it's like everywhere I go, something happens.
right.
So I'm like, what's new? Just another day at the office.
Yeah. So
So,
so so when you're I don't know if you're like a lot of mediums that are able to turn it off when you really don't want it active, and when you want it to be active. But how when you're out there and you're at a location, how are you're being talked to from actual spirits compared to something that might be going through your mind, because sometimes our minds like to wander a little bit.
because to me, I never let my mind wander. See, I
Okay.
always say to spirit, look, if you want to communicate, your time is now.
Right.
Here's how much time I've got on my clock. I look at my watch. I go, here's how much time you've got. Make it good.
Uh,
Because I consider them, I literally treat them like I treat my clients. It's like, okay, you're on the clock.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like setting a boundary, really, because that's when we are at places, you got to set boundaries, so this way here, things don't come at you that you are not asking for or looking for. And I mean, a lot of people have had that experience of not being prepared enough when you go into a place and things happen unexpectedly, which is sometimes good, but sometimes it can also end up being really bad as an experience.
So,
Um,
for example, I'm going to give one example from my lifetime of experiences.
okay,
When I was 14, I went to Tombstone, Arizona. Okay. Just a tourist. Just a tourist. Okay. So let me make that very, very, very clear. We were tourists. We were not, seriously, not expecting not one single thing to happen. Okay. And at the time, I didn't really believe in that stuff because I thought, it would be crazy of me to even really expect it. Well, see, I knew absolutely nothing of the birdcage or its history.
okay,
So I'm standing there at the bar. I hear stuff starting to move. I look over and there's Curly Bill standing there. I'm going, oh, okay. That's interesting. Because I was kind of just getting a sense of the atmosphere. I wanted to kind of feel my way into it, shall we say.
right, right,
And I hear someone in cowboy boots and spurs ringing and everything come up behind me. High pitched, nasal voice. Ma'am, can I show you a good time? Yeah, right. Okay. Ike Clinton. Yeah, no, you don't forget that voice.
yeah,
And I said, no, Ike, I got it. Thank you. I'm with my family. I'll let you know if I need your assistance. I appreciate the hospitality, you know? Because I was trying to be polite. I wasn't trying to be mean or nothing to him. He wasn't threatening me at the point. And so all of a sudden I hear someone, oh, to my left, yeah, to my right, because I'm standing facing the stage, bars on my left, tables and chairs to my right. So to my right, about 100 feet or so, give take roughly. Um, Man, deep down, grumbly, grumbly down in his diaphragm. Ma'am, is that bothering you? It's like, no, Wyatt, I got it. Thank you much. Appreciate it. I'll let you know if I need your help. And of course, you never forget Wyatt Earp. He's a big old grumbly, grumbly Papa Bear, type guy.
right.
Very protective. Oh, man. And anyway, I'm trying to go on about what I'm doing, and all of a sudden I feel an arm around my waist with a fist in my middle, and I feel very cold steel to my temple.
Oh,
And I hear click. I goes, oh, you can tell what I'm thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking some pretty bad cuss words at that point. Oh, God. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. That's it. They're in peace of my maker. I'm done here, I thought, oh God, this guy's gonna kill me,
Right.
And Wyatt and his men get up from what they're doing. I drop the damn gun. No, but Wyatt, I just want to show the lady a good time. It's like, well, I would have a better time if you didn't have a gun in my head, And again, I hear him go, I drop the damn gun. And I drops the gun. I run. At this point, I'm running. I mean,
Oh, wow.
running for my life, like the devil's after me,
Yeah.
And I get to the stage, and all I hear behind me is gunfire. Gunfire. I mean, blam, 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 blam. I go, oh! I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die, So I get to the stage. I'm out of breath. I get to where my dad, and he goes, what's wrong? What's wrong? I just, I'm out of breath. I'm scared to death, out of breath, feeling like, oh my God, I'm still alive, thank God, And I point down to where I had my experience. I point down and I go, well, what's down there? I go, ghosts. Can't you see that? He goes, well, what ghost? I go, ghosts. Damn it, they're down there. Look, over by the bar. And he goes, I can't see nothing. I goes, no, you would be blind as a bat now, wouldn't you? And I promise you, I saw them like I'm seeing you.
Wow.
I don't see spirit the same way as I see a regular person.
Okay.
So, that's the way I see them. I've never
Right.
known any other way of seeing them.
Right. Right.
So basically, I finally calmed down and get up enough nerve to go back over to where the bar was to figure
Yeah.
out just what the hell just happened,
Right.
And of course, Wyatt and his men come back up to me, and it's Wyatt, Morgan, Virgil, and Doc Holiday, okay, who are all cousins of mine. And I found that out later on. He goes, ma'am, when you're in Tombstone, can my men and I escort you through town and protect you from I kind of go, yeah, um, yes. You get an offer like that, you don't turn it down, period,
Right.
And ever since, every time I go to Tombstone, I hit Fifth and Allen, and bingo, there they are. And we have walked down the boardwalks toward the corral for the good fight. I tell you what, that was fun. Spurs ringing, boots clanking, and boards rattling, and people were moving out of the way. Eyes going wide, jaws dropping, drinks dropping, ice cream cones dropping, kids crying, dogs barking. I'm going, coming through.
Wow.
That was fun.
That would be quite the experience. I mean, just I mean, I've actually investigated a few prisons, but I can honestly say I've never once thought I would have the feeling of gun against my head. That would be an experience of a whole nother level. Like just to have, like, I've had friends that investigated prisons and felt like they've gotten stabbed.
Right.
So it's pretty amazing when you find yourself in the middle of, ended up like what you said, like ended up being like a gun shootout.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing experience for sure. Like that would be something that a lot of us would love to experience. But
And then,
I want to ask you, in your eyes, I mean, you probably get this a lot. What would be the most common misconception people have about psychic mediums?
is that we know everything all the time, 100% of the time, and that we can read minds? No, we cannot. We cannot read your mind. We don't want to read your mind. There's probably nothing there to begin with.
Pretty much. I said my head would be a scary place for anybody to get into.
Yeah. And then on top of it, I've literally faced down the ghosts of J.W. Bell, Bob Ollinger, and Pat Garrett at the courthouse in Lincoln, New Mexico. They had their
Wow.
guns drawn on me, and their eyes were red. There was no pupils, nothing there except just red. I'm going, uh-oh, oh God, they think I'm Billy. No, I'm not. I flat told him I am not him. I'm his cousin, and I'm 100 times deadlier. Don't want to test me, but I'm unarmed right now. I don't want this.
Right.
I do not want this. And they never said anything, but I could read what they were thinking. I'm going, oh, yeah. I put both my hands up. I said, I'm unarmed. I don't have nothing on me. I can't defend myself. I don't want this. No, no, no. I backed out of that room slow, and I mean real slow.
Right.
But before that, something or someone, male, very heavy male energy, took me by my shoulders, shoved me up the stairs, and threw me physically into the room where my cousin Billy was held. Yeah.
Wow.
And when I backed out of that room, as soon as I hit that doorway, I get it. I just, bam, I was down that hall, down those stairs, grabbed my now ex-husband, and pulled him out of that museum. I said, we can come back. This thing's still going to be here. Don't worry about that.
Right.
You can read later on. We can come back. Don't worry about it. So we get back to the truck. I tell him exactly what happened. All the color drained from his face. He goes, you what? I goes, uh-huh. Yeah. These guys don't want us here.
Right.
These guys do not want us here. And, they would rather kill me than me be here.
Right.
This is not a safe place to be right now.
Right.
And I've actually met my cousin Billy the Kid. That did happen. Now, also on the front of the Tombstone experience, I found out later on that girls of my age group, at the age that I was then, which was 14, would carry around baskets of wine and liquor to sell to the patrons. Obviously, I thought that I was one of these girls carrying wine and or liquor. And I was not. I had nothing on me. So, like, I'm not allowed to handle that crap, And then I found out some years later that I'm actually cousin to Wyatt, Morgan, Virgil, and Doc. Yeah. So
Wow.
that kind of cemented that. And then meeting Billy, that was one of the sweetest experiences. We were in Santa Fe, New Mexico one year. I was probably about maybe 13 or 14 years old, and it was spring thaw. It was March, and it was real cold, real cold. And I had a book on me. I think it was John Tuska's Billy the Kid. It was a handbook about facts about his life. Okay.
Okay.
And then I realized, I read it past it, I realized, oh my God, the place is right in front of me. Okay. Well, I get drawn to where I walked into from the plaza, which was the La Fonda Hotel. I get to the swinging doors. At the time, they had swinging doors there, which is now on the little French cafe instead of where they normally would be. And so I go into the swinging doors, and there's a saloon there. What is now the lobby was once the saloon. Okay. They pushed it back probably another 2, 3, 400 feet, something like that. And so there's a bar to my left, a beautiful bar. Don't get me wrong, gorgeous, gorgeous stained glass back bar. Oh my God, this place was beautiful. And they had sawdust on the floor. To my right, there was tables and chairs and a little bandstand and dance floor, and which is no longer there, unfortunately. And so I walk in, I start looking around, and at the end of the bar, to the left, at the end of the bar, literally, with his back to the wall, because this is what outlaws do, they sit with their back to the wall so they don't get back shot,
Right.
By enemies.
Right.
And they were sitting there playing cards, drinking, etc. He wasn't drinking. He had a rule about no alcohol and guns together. That he was like, no, that don't mix. So he looks up from his game, sees me. His eyes were blue, sky blue eyes, twinkling at me, grinning like a Cheshire cat. Billy, what are you doing? And he's Brenna, what are you doing here? I was sitting there.
Right.
Okay, who do you call Brenna? I don't know that name. So I goes, I should be asking you the same question. What are you doing here? He says, come here, come sit with me. It's cold outside. You'll catch your death. I go, okay, well, I did. I goes and sit next to him, and he gets right up close to me because the whole thing of surviving the cold is
Right.
that's survival 101, and he puts his hand on mine, and also as I'm walking over to him, all his men kind of start coming toward me, and he pulls his pistol and goes, she's mine, leave her, and they go back to what they're doing because they're like, nah, we're not messing with that. He puts his hand on mine, and jolt of electricity literally goes from my hand up my arm into my head, and all of a sudden, bam, we're back in 1870, the year we first met. I'm looking around going, cool, whoa. I thought, this is a trip, this is cool, right on. I think I can do more of this. Heck yeah, And just as quickly, I'm back in my time. I go, oh man, come on again. That was fun. More. And so, we sit there and we're talking. We're just talking about everything. And, it's like neither one had ever left the other. Never. because I remember going to Fort Sumner and seeing the grave, and my heart just sank into my stomach. I goes, oh, okay. He's gone. I'm never going to see him again. Well, yeah, okay. Uh-huh. No. After my folks finally found me sitting with him, talking, et cetera, they're going, so that's where you've been. We couldn't find you. We're looking everywhere for you. I goes, well, I've been here, so, and we get lunch. And I have to brag on their blue corn nachos. Oh, my God. Oh, the blue corn nachos are bomb.com. Oh, my God. So good. If that's y'all in Santa Fe, go to La Fonda. They'll fix you right on up.
Oh, hey,
And,
I'll never turn out a good plate of nachos.
well, their blue corn nachos are honestly God's honest best.
Nice,
And
nice.
so, when it's time for me to leave, he puts his hand on mine, stares deep into my eyes, and says, please don't leave me. I just found you again. I says, baby, it's okay. I'll be back. Wait for me.
All right.
I'll be back from Miso, okay? I promise. And so he didn't seem to like that too much, but he followed me home. And he has been at my side ever since.
Wow.
Ever. We have been inseparable.
That's I love hearing stories about spirit relationships. That we can bond with the other side, and especially if they are an ancestor and stuff like that. That is. I love hearing that stuff. But I want to ask you: have you ever received a message that have completely changed somebody's life?
Yes. I used to have a dream, and this dream went on for years, years and years and years and years. And what it was I was in a face-to-face gunfight situation that I truly believed was actually for me.
Oh,
It turns out it was actually for another cousin of mine that basically um someone that he knew was looking to kill him. And I said, if this is for you, then this person is looking to kill you, and you better do something to change the outcome
right,
or face it down. You have a
right,
choice: face it down or do something to change the situation.
right.
Well, they changed the situation, thankfully. And that dream never came back.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I mean that is that. That is what I call definitely changing somebody's life. That would
Oh, yeah.
now. I mean, belief of a lot of mediums and a lot of people, especially people that are in the paranormal world. Now, a lot of us all believe that we have some level of psychic ability, but if if it was you that was teaching a class of people who believe that they have this psychic ability, what would be one word that or one way you would help them to in trying to develop their gifts?
Well, for one thing, show no fear.
Okay.
Absolutely no fear. Because fear is the one thing that's going to get you in the most trouble.
Okay.
I know, because I used to work at a haunted museum in Arizona, and the former owner of the place was this place used to be a funeral home and mortuary and all that. And the funeral director, owner, et cetera, did not like women.
Oh, okay.
Guess who he picked on? Uh-huh. Yeah, guess who he picked on? Right here. Not only did he pick on me, but he would scream at me, put nasty, icy hands on my shoulders, and scream at me, "Get out! Get out!" And a couple times I did just that. I got out. I not only got out because I was terrified because I thought this guy's gonna hurt me if I don't.
Right.
And I was acting, in my own best interest to, protect myself.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so they finally ended up having to clean the place out, to cleansing all that, move this guy on, and thankfully that worked. As far as I last heard, he hasn't been seen since or heard from since, thankfully. I wish him no ill. I have no ill will against him at all.
Right.
But, and I wish him all the best. I truly do. But honestly, if I could say something to him now, it's like, you scared the living fuck out of me. Don't ever do that again.
No, I mean
You
that's
scared me real bad. Don't ever do that again.
right. See, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask you is when you're delivering messages from the spirit world or getting communication from the spirit world. Now, what kind of boundaries do you usually work with? Like,
Well, I usually say, do not follow me home.
right,
You are not allowed. Do not bother the people around me. You are not allowed. If you try anything to do these two things, I will kick you out of here. I don't care. I will evict you so fast, it will make your spooky little head spin. And of course, what I mean by that is, let me see if I can reach it here. Oh, yes. This is my handy dandy Ghost Be Gone spray. This
oh,
stuff works
nice.
miracles.
Now, is that like sage spray? Like, is that? Is it,
No. This is salt, water, sea salt water, and lemon juice.
oh, okay.
For added potency, you can optionally use and add olive oil if you want to. It's up to you.
Okay.
But anyway, it comes in real handy for cleansings.
Yeah, I mean that's a mighty big bottle. That's going to keep a lot of ghosts away from harming you. That's for sure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I just want to say, so somebody comes to you and they want to connect with a loved one on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
What would be, for I get this question a lot. It's like, how do I communicate with the other side? And a lot of times I have my advice. I would love for you to answer the question on what advice you would give on somebody who wants to connect with the other side, not necessarily use a medium to do it, because I don't believe we need mediums to do it if you can just open yourself up to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could go to a medium, but then again, you could open up to it. Now,
Right.
I would suggest clear the mind, absolutely clear the mind. I mean, just go what I like to call blank screen. In other words,
Okay.
there's nothing there
Right.
whatsoever. And then you ask specifically, who wants to speak? Can you communicate? And just sit and listen. Open your ears. Listen. Listen good. They will communicate. Now, they may leave a sign, like, say, for example, they might move something, or you
Right.
might hear footsteps, or you might see, I don't know, like a favored animal, or, like their energy might make an appearance if you ask just right. Um, there's so many different things. They could drop coins. They could, um, I don't know, like a piece of music might come over the radio, or a
Right.
specific TV program might come on TV that they loved in life, or,
Right.
there's so many different ways that they can communicate.
Yeah, no, and it's like I always tell people, it's always ask your question. You can either do it in your head, or I said I like to ask questions out loud. And I said, and then you just have to open yourself up for the signs, or something will tell you, or you will get the answers in so many forms, and so many the way you just described. Because I know I knew a lady, her mother passed away, and her mother loved doves. And she, I was talking to her a lot about, signs and stuff like that. And she says, Dale, there's always a dove that will land on my windowsill and just sit there and stare at me. And I said, that is probably your mother coming to
That,
visit you. I said, because that if that is something she loved, then
right,
it's that's the sign. And I said, these are the little things you have to look out for. But, I get them constantly because I know my dad's with me all the time. And I will be out places and mediums will say, I don't know if I should tell you, but there's a guy that is standing behind you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he looks like this. And they'll be like, oh, so you know the person. I'm like, yeah, that's my dad. Well, are you sure? And I'll pull up a picture off my phone. I'm like, does he look like that? They'll be like, yep, that's the guy. I'm like, that's my dad. And I mean, it comes to me at some of the weirdest times when he wants to communicate with me. Like even today, I went shopping at a Costco, and the lady that was checking people out, her name, her name was the same as my dad's name. So, I don't generally add that up as, oh, that's the weird coincidence.
and, they can show up, like, say, I've heard it said, now, I've never experienced this myself, but I've heard it said, signs from them can show up on things like billboards, on, I don't know, license plates,
Yeah, yeah,
on, in artworks, in
yeah.
photographs, there's so many different ways.
Right. Oh yeah, no, and I just tell people, you know what, just be open to it, ask your questions, and just wait. I said the sign will come. I said, and it also too. I said they will know when you're ready to receive the sign. I said because some people want communication shortly after, and I'm like, sometimes you're not ready for the answer. And I said you just might have to wait a little bit and get it.
Right. Now,
So
what happened to connect Billy and I, and I'm just going to throw this out there as an example, okay, is that I kept having this recurring dream over about the course of maybe, I don't know, about a year or
okay,
so, where we were riding through an arroyo, which is a brush-covered waterway, like creek or something. Okay. Now, this place actually does exist. I have an image of it. It's in my book, or it will be in
okay,
my book when it comes out. And anyway, um, men are behind us shouting and shooting and, you know, running up on us from behind on horseback. And we're riding for our lives. I mean, just absolutely riding for our lives. Us and some of his men and all that. I don't remember who was there with us. I think it was like Doc Skurlock, Jose Chavez. I think it was Tom Folliard, maybe Charlie Bowdry, and quite a few others actually. Um, and I'm screaming, crying, you know, bawling my eyes out on horseback. You know, I just terrified. And Billy goes, "Brianna, ride for home." I was, "No, but I don't want to. You're going to be killed if I go anywhere. I don't want to, I can't live without you." All this stuff. And I mean, just screaming, freaking out, you know? And he goes, ride for home. I mean it. Go. And
Right.
so I finally gave in, and I did. Up the, side of the arroyo, and they see that, and they go, forget it, let's just keep going after him. He's the one we want. And, I get home, I'm sobbing, I hit my knees, I'm praying everything I can think of, and, all this stuff. And of course, he comes home safe, but God, scared me half to death. And this would happen again and again and again. I goes, I got to figure out why this is happening. And that's part of why we went to Arizona. We went to New Mexico. I had to figure this out. What the
Right.
hell was going on? And that's when things happened.
Right.
And I finally understood, and upon further research, not only did that lifetime happen, I now have it documented. It is
Oh, nice.
documented. Everyone says, "Oh no, that person never existed." Yes. I'm sorry to burst bubbles here. Historically, sorry, historians. Sorry to burst your bubble. Not. This person existed. I existed back then, and there's photos to prove it.
Right.
I'm not going to apologize to you for it. And anyway, so I have it all documented. Turns out I found out that Billy and I are cousins by three documented family lines.
Wow.
And so by my previous lifetime, I am actually my own cousin. Yeah.
So I always got to ask the most important question of every medium, and mostly anybody who comes on the show. But after all your years of experience, what do you believe that happens to us after we die?
I already know the answer to that question. We go to wherever makes us feel at peace.
Nice.
And I know this because I went to go see my ancestors twice. Bailey showed up both times, and all my other ancestors showed up at least once. That was a trip and a half. But I got sent away with a message of so much love, protection. If I needed, like, help with anything, there they would be.
Nice.
If I had a question about anything, oh yeah, they were there to help. And all I had to do was ask. But that I had to come back because I had an important mission. Now I know what that is, and that's the book I'm writing.
Oh, nice. That's definitely gonna be an exciting moment in your life because I know many authors, and when they always bring out that very first book, it's like a sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of joy because you're
I
putting a piece of
did,
yourself out there.
I did come out with a first version of it that bombed. The second version of it bombed even worse. I got so many threats, so many lies, so much abuse over it. I finally gave up and said, you know what, this is not worth it, and I pulled it
Right.
from the shelves. I'm
Oh
not doing
wow!
this anymore. I'm done. You know,
Right?
and because I felt like it just was not safe to keep it out.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
I felt like, well, why should I put my life and the lives of my family in danger over a book? It's not worth
Excuse me.
it,
Yeah. No. No. It's definitely not worth putting your life in danger over a book. But I always look at it, when you write a book, especially one that's about your life, it's like anything else. It's like, how can people judge because this is your life? These are the way you lived. and that's just the way it is, and it's hard for anybody to tell you any differently because obviously they weren't the ones walking in your shoes living your life.
Right. But anyway, I got so many lies, so many threats, so much abuse over it. I said, you know what? This is not worth it. Just not worth it.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
I mean
decided
definitely not. Nobody, no, it's definitely not worth losing your life over for sure. Um,
yeah.
but
And so I went ahead and decided, okay, I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to expand it. I'm going to add more to it.
right.
And that's the process I'm in right now.
Oh, okay.
It's taking me longer because obviously I'm in a rest home. I'm in a hospital type bed, and it takes a lot of my strength and a lot of my energy. And I'm doing this all by myself.
Right.
So, it's taking me longer than what I wanted it to.
Right.
And, I want to go back. In fact, I need to go back to Arizona and New Mexico, Western Texas, and finish up some things because there's some pieces of the story I have not had the opportunity to verify with Spirit yet, which I would very much like to. And I need someone that is willing to take me, my wheelchair, my medications, and everything with me to be able to get these last pieces of info.
Right.
So if anyone can do me a kindness and do that, I would be so grateful because this means a lot to me. And, I've lost too much over it already. And I want to get this done so I can get this book out there.
Well, and I mean, I believe it will happen when I always believe things happen when they're supposed to happen at the right moment, right time.
Put it out like right now. I'm like,
Uh,
well, when you're in my position,
yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like if you're in my position where I'm at now, you try doing it being, laid up with diabetes too, wearing a
um,
catheter, incontinence, um, you know, uh, being paralyzed, wheelchair and bed bound. I mean, how do you expect me to just go ahead and go do all this all by my lonesome? I
right.
can't, right? Well,
Absolutely.
I need someone who is willing to take
Right.
get this last part of this done so I can write this all together and get this out there. You want it done, quit flapping your gums and start
Right.
contributing to the project.
Yeah. No, for sure. Um, I'm gonna give you an opportunity right now to promote anything that you're like, any way people want to reach out to you, any other
Okay.
projects you have coming up, shows you're going to be a part of, and all that stuff. This is gonna. I want you to give you the opportunity to do shout outs and do all that kind of stuff. This is your moment to do all that.
First thing I'm going to shout out hi to my Ghost Adventures boys. Hi, guys. Hi, Zach, Aaron, Billy, Jay. Hi, everyone. Mwah, I love ya. Yeah, they're like my brothers, so yeah. Yay, they're my heart. Hi, Old Tucson Studios. I love you guys. Mwah. You guys rock. Awesome. Keep going. Yeah, obviously I've got my book coming out. I hope if anyone can help me get the last of this done. And then, oh my gosh, I've got so many shows coming up. I've got like, I think 7 or 8 more booked down the line, all the way through September. So I'm really excited, looking forward to that. And my website, https:// OLP, as in Peter, S, as in Samuel, Y-E-N-T as in Thomas.net.
That is.
And of course, I have my contact information there and everything there. So go check it out. And thanks for having me.
Melissa, it is only tipping the tip of the iceberg with you, as always. All my guests. There's probably a lot more that we can explore, and we will do that in the future, coming back down the road once again. Guys, that is the outlaw, the modern day outlaw psychic medium, Melissa Renee McCarty. You can check her out on all of her social media pages. Check out what she's been doing, where she's at, what she's been up to, and definitely support her journey whatsoever. And if anybody out there can help her out to get finished doing her you know how to reach out to her. Let's help her finish this book and her journey as well. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. Another week has gone by. I love you guys, everybody on the side, everybody tuning in now, everybody tuning in later from day one to day now. We love you to death. Coming up next week, we have the lovely Mary Bassett. We are going to be talking Ascension Con. That is happening August 15th, as I was promoting. One of the main organizers behind AscensionCon is going to be joining us next week as we talk about everything about AscensionCon. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. Melissa, take care of yourself. We are going to definitely meet up again in the future. But, guys, in the meantime and in between time, I always like to say is happy hauntings.
Great. Thank you so much.